That is a Fender CD60SCE. This is a Fender 140SCE, two affordable acoustic electric guitars that separate by $110 in price. This is Chris McKee's voice. That is hands to go along with Chris McKee's voice. What's the difference? Find out. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to this channel, make sure to click on the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and click the thumbs up to like our videos, as well as comment below because we love to hear from you. If you'd like to support this channel, make sure to visit our Teespring store linked below for some custom designed t-shirts, like our storefront shirt, celebrating 90 plus years of bringing music to the masses like you lovely people and the others that are watching on YouTube. So today we're talking about Fender acoustic guitars. And Cooper, you're a fan of Fender guitars.
Yeah, we talked about it a while back. I myself have a custom shop Fender acoustic. Not running that custom shop anymore, but I'm
We've had some questions. How can I get that? Fender maybe should pay attention. We did something called marketing. And now everyone wants a guitar that's no longer made, Fender. So yeah, custom shop acoustic, which is very cool.
I love that guitar. So I've definitely, got a little soft spot for Fender acoustics in my heart. But yeah, these are very affordable guitars, but very high quality, entry-level acoustic guitars.
Now, if we're being honest, I don't think that was always the case.
Yeah.
I think there was a time in the past, and Fender, if they are watching, and I say Fender is like an entity, right? They probably won't like you saying, but hopefully they can admit that there was a time where their acoustics were subpar.
Yeah.
They weren't the best. If you go back far enough, there's acoustics that were terrible from a lot of companies, which is why the cream rises to the top, and there's certain high-end acoustics and others that aren't so high-end. But a few years ago, that changed. Fender hired somebody away, and I don't remember all of the specifics, and I don't remember exactly how it went down, but my understanding is someone that was at another company ended up somehow with Fender dealing with acoustic guitars, and as such, their products changed dramatically. Now, we had visited these guitars in the past, but it's been so long since we've done one of those videos. It really needed an update for 2020 because with everything going on this year, these are still good. So, it's worth mentioning. Now, what Fender did, which I think was a genius move when they revamped the entire acoustic guitar lineup, is they separated it into series. These are technically part of the classic series, and they really worked on a lot of the features to bring them up to par and really beyond with what else is offered in the marketplace. So you have a CD60SCE.
Yes, which is their all mahogany.
Well, it comes in a mahogany version, which is what you have, which is typically probably the most popular model.
Yeah.
It's about $329 and I think 99 cents. But you could check our website because the price varies. And it comes with Fishman electronics, and you can get it with a spruce top. You can get it in a black finish. You can get it in mahogany. And I think we tend to sell mahogany more than anything else in that particular model. Yeah. But it's a great guitar. This is a CD140SCE, and it is also available in mahogany. It's available, both of these are available left-handed. This one is also available in a burst finish, which that one is not. And you can also get this as a 12-string, which is not offered in the CD60SCE. And before we talk about the differences between them, I want to talk about what's the same and what was like game-changing for Fender acoustics. So if you played one 10 years ago, this is not the same thing. So when they revamped them, the first thing that happened was the necks were changed. The neck profile is extremely comfortable. It's very modern. It's thin. It's a comfortable neck profile. And the fretboard edges are rolled on both of these guitars. We've said this in another video we did recently, which you haven't seen yet. It'll be out, which is a good reason to subscribe. But who doesn't want a rolled fretboard, right? Like, would you ever go like, no, I'll take the hard edge.
Yeah, let's get cut.
Yeah, no. You want it to feel really nice and worn in, and they did that here. The bracing inside, which is really important to the sonic characteristic of an acoustic guitar, on both of these is scalloped X bracing. And there was a time when scalloped bracing was the most expensive kind of American-made guitars, pretty much, and everything else wasn't scalloped. And that's changed dramatically. I think CNC has helped a lot with that. But, that is the case for both of these guitars. So scalloped X bracing is available, comfortable neck profile, comfortable fretboard edges. Now, here's the other thing that I think was really smart on Fender's part. They did kind of an in-between when it came to some of the features. So the fretboard radius is 12 inches, which is usually not the case for an acoustic guitar. An acoustic guitar is typically flatter, like 15, 16-inch radius, and that's the curvature of the frets. So if you're new to guitar and you're shopping for a guitar kind of in this price range, understand that that curvature of the frets is very important to how the instrument plays. And the more rounded a fretboard is, usually the more comfortable it is for chords. Now, when we deal with electric guitars, too round can be problematic, but that's not really going to be the case on an acoustic guitar because you're not bending very much.
Yeah.
So you get this nice rounded profile on the neck, comfortable rolled edges, rounded fretboard, which is great. And then the scale length is also different. Now it's 643 millimeters, I think, but it's basically 25.3 inches. Now that's different because most like longer scale acoustic guitars are 25 and a half. So it's just 0.2 inches shorter. But that combined with the round radius and the really comfortable neck makes for a very comfortable playing experience. And the action's really good on these. They're just really good, high quality guitar. They have some really nice features to them. Now they both have Fishman electronics.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And yours has the same one, I think, as this one, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they were
I believe
different
so.
at one
The
point.
control's the same. Yeah, I think it's the same.
So these are Fishman Fender electronics. These are specifically made for Fender from Fishman. It's got a preamp on it with a built-in tuner. But one of the things that's interesting is that I believe the preamp is even voiced for this series, for the classic series, or actually for the CDs. So like the fact that this is a Dreadnought and there's smaller bodies available, like the I think they call it the CC, which is almost like a classical guitar or OM style, might be voiced differently. I don't know, but that's kind of the verbiage from Fender almost sounds like that they might have tweaked the preamps to adjust for them. So that's kind of what's the same between them. Obviously, these two that we're holding are different. That's the mahogany and the spruce, but available from each one. You have mahogany back and sides. This is Ovancal. Now,
Cool.
It's layered or laminate back and sides on both of them, but it is laminate. It's not like high pressure laminate or anything. It's actual wood grain that's here, but different woods being utilized. These are the same. Fretboard and bridge are walnut, by the way.
Cool.
Now, differences here are the nut and saddle. You get plastic.
What are you working with over there?
I get what's called new bone, which is a synthetic bone material that is similar to Tusk Graphtec, which is used on a lot of high-end guitars because it gives you a lot of the sonic capabilities of bone, but it moves a little bit more. The strings are not going to get bound. There's kind of some built-in friction lessening material that's there, but it's going to improve the sound. So I have a Graphtec saddle. I have a Graphtec nut. You have plastic, and then I get a case. So let me set this down because I think this is important in the purchase of a guitar. This is a Fender hard shell case. And yeah, it's just a black hard shell case, but it is a hard shell case. This isn't a gig bag.
Yeah.
And it's well padded inside. It's an arched top, so it's going to handle kind of some rough and tumble stuff a little bit better. It's got nice latches on it. And if you were buying this off the shelf, from my experience, that probably set you back what? At least $80 to $100?
At least, yeah.
Depending upon the company that was manufacturing it. So really, it's a compelling option. So here's the difference. We mentioned at the outset, it's 110 bucks. If you're looking at any of these guitars in this price range, you're basically at the sub $500 price range for an acoustic electric guitar. You have the choice of the CD60SCE in a variety of finishes, mahogany like Cooper's holding, or natural or black, or you can spend a little bit more. How much more? It's $110. So you go from $329 to $439 to go to the CD140SCE. But for that, you get a case and you get basically improved material for the nut and the saddle. How important is that, Cooper?
It's really important if you're thinking about, string life and playability and, strings slipping around and moving more and all that stuff. I just think we've talked a lot recently about how to properly restring and take care of your nut lube. But But no, it's important because it's a feature that you would find on higher end guitars, and you're just kind of improving little tiny aspects. But
Well, that's
they
true,
make
and
a
I think it
difference.
also is important for tone. Might be a misquote, but I think someone said it was Paul Reed Smith that said like anything that touches the string is God. In other words, that's what's really, really important. And so, the saddle and the nut, as well as the fret material, is very important because it does change the tonality of what you're hearing. That's what the string is actually coming into contact with. Something that's going to rob the string of vibrations is going to affect it in the negative. Something that allows the string to, be in tune, not get bound up, and ring, true is going to be what you want, and that's what you get here. So, is it worth it though? Is it worth it? That's the question. So the CD60SCE, $110 less. For $110, you could get a case. Now, you could buy a CD60SCE and you could buy a case for probably a little less than that. But unless you know how to do work, replacing the nut and the saddle on there would be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
That's probably at least another $60 with the string and the setup and the work that would be done. So I think there's value there if it's important to you. If it's not important to you, know that for $110 less, you can get this with a gig bag and Bob's your uncle. You're ready to go. So these are going to sound very different because one is mahogany and one is spruce, but we're going to go ahead and put them through their paces for you so you can get an idea of exactly how good these acoustic guitars sub 500 from Fender are. Check it out. So there you have it. Sub $500 guitars from Fender Acoustic. You've got the CD60SCE, the 140SCE. As I mentioned, though, there are other body shapes. So there's parlor body shapes that were introduced. There's a smaller, I think, concert body shape, which is like an OM body shape. The CD140SCE is available in a 12-string as well. So there's a lot of options available. And as I mentioned, these have really been revamped over the last few years to create some compelling acoustic guitars at this price point. So definitely something that should be on your radar and on your list if you are looking for an affordable acoustic electric guitar to add to your mix, or maybe as your first guitar. If you'd like information on these guitars or any other guitars, make sure you visit our website. It's alamomusic.com. We have associates that you could chat with live on the site, ask questions, and get feedback and sort through all the guitars. There's a lot of acoustic guitars that are available, aren't there?
Oh yeah, especially now we're just loading up. We've got a
Loading
lot
up.
of stuff, and they're going out just as fast. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
So, make sure that you get some help sorting through the myriad of options, because we want to help you find the guitar that's right for you, that sounds great, that plays great, and that will help you, because at the end of the day, the best guitar in the world,
It's the one that you're making music on.
that's what it's all about. That's what this channel is about. So if you're new to the channel, make sure that you click the subscribe button, turn on notifications by clicking on the bell, and like the video by clicking on that thumbs up sign. Feel free to comment below too. Have you had, or do you currently own, a Fender acoustic guitar? Are you a fan? Do you think that they've really improved, or maybe you haven't had a chance to experience one? Whatever your opinion is, we'd like to hear it below, so make sure that you comment and keep coming back for more. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.